It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege of interviewing the USCB's assistant golf coach, Coach Sam Fritzinger. How are you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to get started in coaching in college golf?
Yeah, so I played for 4 years at Wingate University, and the last 2 years were kind of through COVID and everything. And I didn't really want to be done with golf, but I felt like coaching was a good next step for me. I'm still competing now, but coaching has opened up a lot of different perspectives, and then I can also be kind of a part in other girls and their walk through their collegiate careers and then going into their careers as professionals, whether it be in golf or whatever they choose to do. So yeah, it's been a good experience.
As an athlete, what was that experience like going to Wingate and getting to?
I loved it. I was there for 4 years. Obviously the two COVID years were different from the first 2 years, but I had a great coach there, Coach Aaron Thorne, who's at Kennesaw now. And the professors were great. They were very much involved in everything we did as athletes. So I loved it there. I made really good friends, and I loved playing golf.
While there, what was that like getting to represent Wingate and putting on that polo for them?
I mean, it was fun just stepping out to the tournaments and being able to. I think golf, you miss a lot of that team aspect, especially junior golf. And to be able to have your team around you at tournaments and compete with your team and for your team is a lot of fun. It's a different side of the game. And it's an individual sport, I guess, kind of like tennis or track, but at the same time, every shot matters not just for you, it's for everybody else in the team. And so, yeah, it was a lot of fun, and having girls around you that want to compete every day, that believe in you. And Coach Aaron Thorne, I mean, she believed in me bringing me in there, so it just made it a lot of fun.
While at Wingate, what were some of your biggest accomplishments on the?
I'd say going right in my freshman year, we won conference as a team, which was awesome. And then I think my junior year, I won a tournament individually, the State Farm Intercollegiate. But yeah, we wanted to win another conference after that freshman year. But you start to realize winning is harder than you think when you're younger. I mean, you're competing against 20 teams, 100 some people every time, and it takes a lot to win.
For you, what was that transition like going from being an athlete and competing in golf to getting into coaching collegiate golf?
It was a little strange to me. I mean, it was weird going out onto the course and you're not hitting the shots. It definitely gave me a whole different perspective and playing, but and then especially because I was 21 graduating college and I was getting into coaching right away, so I think this past year was my first year where none of our guys and girls were older than me. So yeah, it was different, but definitely, I mean, Coach Corey Cottrell here, he's our head coach, and he's been fantastic in guiding me through the whole coaching process, and I've learned so much from him. And then, I mean, one of our big things is having really good people on our team, really good guys, really good girls, and they were fantastic to work with.
Of course, for you, what has that experience been like being a young coach and still being somewhat close to age, but still having that respect of I'm your coach?
Yeah, there's definitely like a point where, like, because Coach Corey, he's pretty young as well. It's there's somewhere it's like, call us Coach Corey, Coach Sam, and there's that kind of boundary there. But at the same time, it allows us to connect with them closer because we've been in their shoes more recently. So I think they do respect us and what we have to say, and our whole goal in coaching is to be like guides to each person individually to what they want to do, whether that be some of the girls graduate, they play professional golf. Some of them want to go into different certain aspects of their career. And it's just what can we do in their 4 years here to set them up the best for whatever that is they want to do. And if they can communicate and have that open communication with us of what their goals are, and those change over the course of 4 years, of course, but we can best set them up with what can help them to get there.
How's that feeling like for you becoming an assistant coach for the first time and coming to USCB?
It was a whirlwind. I mean, I graduated from Wingate. I worked down here at a junior girls camp for a few months, and then straight from there I got this job. So it kind of all happened pretty fast, and then by the time I got this job, moved down here and everything, we already had started the season and I was just jumping right in. Yeah, it was definitely a learning curve, but it's been good.
How's that feeling like the first time you got to put on your coaching polo versus putting on a regular golf polo?
It was different. I mean, you don't realize as the player all the things that go on in the coaching side, but I mean, you have at least 5 people out there on the course in different spots, and you're trying to get to each person and follow along with what's going on and make sure everybody's good and help people as much as they can on the golf side of things. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's really interesting following the rounds. I mean, when you're playing, you're on your one shot, your one hole. As you're coaching, you're trying to follow along with 5 different holes, different shots, different people, what they're doing, what they need. Sometimes you're just running around a lot.
What does a typical game day look like for you during these competitions?
So generally we try to get mostly 54 hole tournaments in for our guys and girls. So the first day is practice round day, so we'll be traveling and then we'll play the practice round. There's a few tournaments that are a little further away. We have to add a travel day, but for the most part we travel, play the practice round, dinner, review the golf course, make sure everything's good. And then second day, 36 hole. It's a long day. Get to the golf course bright and early, and you're there till pretty much dark, just constantly playing golf. And then dinner, review, and just try to rest up for that last day so that we can hopefully play well, finish it out, and then drive home.
What is that like getting to coach both the men's side and the women's side of it?
It is. A lot of people wonder if there's a lot of differences. I feel like in coaching style, I've been pretty equal. I mean, to us, the main things are just the process that people go through for their golf. And obviously, everybody's at different levels in their golf or have different strengths and weaknesses in their game. But it's just about, we do all our stats on Up Game, so making sure everybody is uploading that, going through what their rounds looked like, and then reviewing with them, making practice plans individualized for them. So we try to be very individual either way.
Who are some of the teams in your conference that you compete against each week?
So we play Flagler, North Georgia, Columbus State, Lander, Savannah State. On the boys' side, there's Georgia Southwestern, Georgia College, I think. Oh, and USC Aiken on the boys' side.
What is that atmosphere like when the men's side plays team?
I mean, we've been quite young the last couple years. We've gone into Division II my second year. We were NAI originally. So going into Division II, it's been a whole new experience. And then building up our team from whenever you go into a new division, there's a kind of a few years of probationary period for postseason. So this will be our final year of that. Next year, we'll be able to play past conference. This past year was our first year playing conference. So it was new for us, and having a young team, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of development potential, but I think they've shown a lot of potential in what they're able to do, and I believe they're going to play very well this year.
What is that atmosphere like when having teams like Savannah State comes to your home facility to play golf?
We play a home tournament, one on the men's side, one on the women's side in the spring. And I mean, we're out at Oldfield Golf Club here, so that's our home course all year. And I think we're very fortunate to have that. A lot of teams have come in and they're just amazed at the course condition and the what we have in our facilities. I think we're very fortunate to have that and be able to be out there every single day.
What is that like getting to have golf course on campus versus going off campus to a professional golf course?
Well, we're about 10 minutes from campus, but I mean, it's pretty easy. There's a lot of places that they're struggling to find golf courses, or there's a long drive, and to have it right here. And this area of South Carolina is known for its golf. I mean, there's golf everywhere. If you drive down the road, you're passing golf courses left and right. So it's really nice to be in this community. The weather, the environment for golf, and most people around here love golf, play golf regularly. So having that kind of support from the members at Oldfield and other courses around here, it's big for us. It's big for the team. It's big for the players on the team. You don't get that everywhere.
Can you talk about a course the culture that you've started to help to build for the program?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say one of the big things for us is just having, I mean, like I said before, we want to bring in people that are just good, solid, all around people. And then ones that want to be here and compete with each other to get better. I mean, that's what I think we've grown the most in the last couple years is we have 5 freshman girls coming in, 1 transfer senior, and we have 5 guys coming in. And it brings that atmosphere of everybody here wants to get better. Everybody here wants to work and be at the golf course every day. And everybody's pushing each other to get better. It's just, I think you're not preparing yourself for playing in tournaments if you don't have that environment and that culture within the team. So I think that is what helps everybody to play better in tournaments.
What does that recruitment process look like? And as an assistant coach, what do you look at in those prospective student athletes?
So for us, we're a large number of international student athletes on the golf teams. So we don't do a ton of visits and stuff like that. We have a few every once in a while. It's a lot of just what are the priorities for the student athlete. Everybody has different priorities and rankings in those priorities. So for us, it's just pretty much we're a small school where you could walk everywhere around this campus in less than 10 minutes. Good weather, good environment for golf, and I think our program has the potential to develop you as a golfer. So that's kind of, if that fits with what a prospective student athlete is looking for, then that's something that we look for. It doesn't fit with what everybody, some people want a big school, some people want different things, and there's priority levels there. So finding people that fit that and what we are is important. And then as far as what we look at as coaches for golf side of things, I mean, obviously there's the grades, and then we watch a lot of swing video and then tournament scoring. The swing videos are probably most important. It gives you more of a full picture of where somebody's game is at, and then the scoring just obviously helps as results are results based.
As a coach, what is it like getting to recruit those local athletes from South Carolina and North Carolina?
We have a few now from South Carolina. It's been different because we're so heavily international, but it's been nice to actually get to go out and watch these tournaments in the area because I mean there's a lot of junior tournaments, especially in the summer, that play, and it's nice to actually go out and see in person some of the players and recruit those juniors. But yeah, so I think we'll have a few from South Carolina now this year, which is new for us.
What is it like as an assistant coach getting to see those freshmen put on that pillow for the first time?
Oh, it's such a new experience for them because you can see the nerves. You know, it's their first time and they want to play well for their team. They want to prove themselves all in one go. So it's a lot of just being with them, calming them down. You just spend a little bit more time with them through their warm-ups, make sure they're clear on what they're doing. But it's so much fun to watch that.
What is that like getting to see those seniors put on that last for the last time?
Yeah. So this past year was my first year where like we had seniors that graduated and I came in for their sophomore year. So I'd been there for most of their career. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think the time flies so fast that it doesn't feel like I've been here for 4 years now. But yeah, it's encouraging to see how much they've grown in their time here. They've grown up, they've matured. And I continue to keep in contact with a bunch of them just to see what they're doing, what they're up to, and try to help them if they need any help.
As a golf coach, what is it like getting to see those athletes go on and achieve great things outside of collegiate golf, whether it's getting into coaching or playing professional golf?
Yeah, it's crazy. Golf industry is there's a lot of golf industry here, but I mean to play professional golf, it's a up and down type of thing. It's hard to play great every single time you're playing. And to break through in professional golf, it takes a lot of time and effort. So yeah, it's you're proud of them. I'm proud of the work they do. I know they'll all do great things.
What are some of the things that you've been able to accomplish so far for USCB?
I'd say, let's see, 2 years ago, our girls won conference to make it into nationals. We played NAI nationals my first couple of years here. Played solid. And then we've had Dawson Peters. He was a Nicholas Award finalist, so he was one of the top players in collegiate golf in the country. Jacob Thomas, he was an All-American all 5 years here. And then Ashley Mead, she just graduated this past year, but she won, I think, 4 or 5 times individually. And so we've had a lot of great players come through here the last few years and kind of building off of them, building a depth to the team around them, and now having such a young team on both sides this coming year, just kind of setting that culture. And I think our boys won 2 team events and we had 2 individual wins this past year. We had an individual win on the girls side this past year, and so kind of just building that up. I think also our boys team scoring average dropped by a few strokes from the year previous to last year. Our girls team scoring average dropped by like 10 strokes from year to year. So just kind of continuing to progress through that. And we're young, like I said, so it's a learning process for them.
What are some of your future plans for the program moving?
I'd say for us, we want to be very competitive within the conference this year since we finish at conference tournament, and then going into next year, playing further into the postseason, working our way through the national rankings and trying to get into regionals, nationals. I mean, in our conference on the men's side, North Georgia was ranked number 1 all year. And then we had 3 other teams ranked in the top 10, I think. So competing against them has been great. And then on the girls' side, Flagler has been great. North Georgia's good. Lander's good. So we have a great conference for golf competing against them. And then hopefully if we can compete against them through this year, competing conference, sets us up well for going into our first years in postseason play.
What advice would you give those incoming freshmen entering their first year of college golf?
I'd say take it slow. Everything flies by your freshman year. I mean, because everything's so new. But yeah, it's just remembering what you're there for, what you are looking for. And as an 18-year-old, that's hard to do. You're still young. You're still a kid. Yeah, just enjoying the experience of playing with the people around you that are on your team, getting to practice with them every day. I find a lot of people, once they get out of college golf and they continue to play, they don't realize how different it is when you don't have your team around you every day. So taking advantage of that and having your coaches there and even just having the facilities to be at, when I talk to a lot of seniors that graduate, they don't realize they take it for granted a little bit through their 4 years, and it's definitely something to be appreciative of.
What advice would you give those juniors becoming rising seniors?
I'd say compete a lot. It's the only way. In golf, you just have to learn. There's days where you're hitting the ball great. There's days where you're hitting the ball bad, and it's still just getting the ball in the hole. I mean, like I said earlier, winning isn't as easy as it seems. I think in junior golf, it comes a little bit easier, and then you go into college golf, and there's more competition. And as you move up and up and up through golf, it gets harder and harder. So the winning is nice. The results, the scores are nice, but it's about are you progressing in different areas? And so for us, the stats and everything are so important. It tells you if you're progressing in the certain areas that you've been putting work on in practice. And if you can continue to do that well, the scores will show up. It's just a matter of time.
What advice would you give those seniors looking to compete in professional golf on the LPGA Tour or the PGA Tour?
First, I'd say you want to play against players that are doing that. It's definitely a different look. It's a different atmosphere from college golf. And then, I mean, it's just when you're playing professional golf, you're playing a lot of tournaments and competitive rounds. It's still just keeping to the process that you have of what you're working towards. You don't have to go out there and be perfect and prove yourself every single day. It's just a matter of can you continue to progress in the process that you're doing is working towards whatever it may be.
What advice would you give those athletes looking to get into coaching after their playing career?
I'd say it's a fulfilling experience. I think as a player, you can connect quite well as a coach. So I think it's a great opportunity to get into that from your playing career. And I know even our guys and girls, we still, like Coach Corey and I, we still play against them every once in a while just to compete and change things up a little bit. But it's definitely a worthwhile career to go into.
What advice would you give those coaches looking to get into being assistant coaches for a program?
I'd say connections, like connect with other coaches. We've been fortunate enough, the coaches around us and that we play against and everything, they've been great to us. And just getting yourself out there, connecting with a bunch of different people. Coaching is a lot of who you know and what have you done in your career, but having the connections to different coaches, different athletic directors, it always helps.
That's great advice. Where can my listeners find you at on social media along with the program?
So I'm on social media at samfritzinger.golf on Instagram. And then our USCB website has my whole bio and contact info.
Thank you again, Sam Fritzinger, for your interview, and best of luck in your future at USCB as the assistant women's golf coach.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Coach Sam, and best luck in your future.
Thank you.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.